in Studio One? Well, first of all, I have this toolbar. So if you have somebody that wants this toolbar, I have a toolbar that basically has a normalize to minus 10 dB button on it. So all I have to do is highlight whatever ones that I want to normalize, and then I could click this button and it normalizes them to 10, to minus 10. So that helps. So if they want that, I can send them this toolbar because you can put toolbars in to things. So well, yeah. So for people that don't have the toolbar, then they can just import the toolbar. It's just a file. All they do is go here and go import, and then they go to the file that I send them, and they click the file name there and click OK, and it imports that toolbar and puts it right on their thing, and then it's there all the time. And then you can edit these. Now you can create your own toolbars, and you can create your own macros to do that. So the normal toolbar that this has a normalize to minus 12. That's built into the thing. It's under the audio editing. When they click this little toolbar button, it drops that down, and they can normalize to minus 12 with that. Okay. And now you can edit that by going in here to edit macro, and then you can go to here and you can change that argument. So you would go into this and you would say, I don't want that to minus 10. I want it, or to 12. I want it to minus 10. And then you can go up here and you can change that to minus 10, and it'll do basically the same thing. So that's another way to go about that. But Chappie, you said Alt N will normalize something.
A single highlighted track, it will.
That's correct. If you're on
Or highlight them all.
PC, just do Alt and N. Highlight like you want and still just do Alt N and do the same thing.
Yep.
Right. But does it give you an option of what to normalize it to?
Like you did, just show you didn't change it already to the minus 10 from the 12, and then it'll stay that way, and then Alt N it'll go to that and put it to the
So basically the Alt N just does this. It hits this button.
Yes.
Is that right? Okay. So,
earlier I was trying to remember something I wanted to assign a key to, and I couldn't remember what it was, and you guys started talking about normalize, and I just hit the ceiling. That's what I was trying to do about half hour ago. And I just fixed it. Thank you guys.
Alt N, I don't know that let me do this. Let me just
Well, just real quick question. Will that throw everything off if let's say we're going to use minus 12 just because it's there? Is that going to throw everything off as far as what they want minus 10? I mean, we're still going to end up fixing it in the master, right?
Well, no, not necessarily, because
it's all level. That's all we're looking for, is to equal everything. Everything's equal from a starting point.
Gain. We're not talking about levels. We're talking about gain. We're talking about clip gain.
Yep.
So that's something that's totally different. So
okay.
So what
if you want to do it manually, Nick, for if you don't have the macro, for instance, you can select the track, maybe do Alt N or the button you said, but in the info window on the left, underneath you can normalize and then put minus 10 or 12, whatever you want. Yeah, it's lower. Yes, there.
Right.
You have normalize, and then I don't see it here, but can you select one track maybe?
Yeah. So if you have one track selected, then that's going to show up down here. Normalize,
and then you can adjust the gain underneath.
Right. So yeah, you can do it. You can do it right there by clicking the button and then clicking the amount that you want to change that to. But exactly. I'm not. See, the thing is, that's changing it. That's changing the overall level. That's not changing the peak. Okay. So
it does. If you normalize first and then you go, you do. I'm sorry. You put the gain at minus 10, for instance, your peak will be at minus 10. But you have to click the normalize first.
Okay.
So you click normalize and then you do minus 10 and then you will have a peak at minus 10.
See, I don't know that. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me see. Hang on. Yeah, that was an overall mix, but yeah, okay. So I'll have to look at that because I've seen the normalize button there and I've seen the gain, but I didn't know that setting that minus 10 to the peak or whether it but see, you could see when I click the button, it does change. So basically if you don't have that selected and you have this, okay, so let's take this back to 0 again. All right. And you take this down to minus 10. I think that's just taking it down minus 10 from where it was, right? But if you click the normalize button, then it's setting the peak to minus 10.
Exactly.
Right? Okay. I didn't know that. Learn something new every day. But I still like clicking the button. I just like selecting all of them and clicking one button up here. It's like, okay, I'd rather just click this button than figure all that out. So I'll send that to you. And then, yeah, you can add that to documents. And then all they have to do is just open up their session, open up and come here and then just import the file. And then it puts it right here. And then you have all these different toolbars that you can do. And all they have to do to get to that is open up the toolbar menu, which is right there. Okay. The dog's puffing at me.